Aloha, welcome. Most of you know me by Lane, family will know me by Kelly. I'm going to be doing my own rendition of Scotch eggs, basically Locomoco eggs. So Scotch eggs are surrounded, it's a hard-boiled egg that's surrounded by the kind pork and pork sausage, but Locomoco is beef. So we're going to be doing something with that. So, let's get started. So, disclaimer. Always wear gloves whenever you're cooking for other people. And as for Locomoco, we use eggs that are a little raw. So basically they're runny and stuff. So disclaimer to that is you can get sick if you eat raw food, so just make sure you like that kind of stuff. So that's my disclaimer for now. So it's always good to prep your ingredients first. So some things I needed is bread or breadcrumbs, and I just ground up some of these here. It makes it really good. They're seasoned. The seasoning may change the flavor a little bit, so you might want to get some original. I'm going to be using pepper, a little bit of pepper, onion powder. I had to grind that up too. I hate it when they stick. Some garlic powder and just a little bit of iodized sea salt. So what we're going to do is we're going to take about half of this 2 pounds of wheat, and I'm going to put it into my little KitchenAid over here. That way I can mix it up nice and good. So we're going to put the mixer set up on top here, and I totally forgot to unplug or plug it in. So we'll do that real quick. Sorry, I'm taking this off of my camera. Eventually I'll get a Hero Pro, or I'll start using my laptop and my high-grade cameras, to do some of these videos and stuff. But I just want to try this for once, So flip this up here. So here it is. So I'm going to take about a teaspoon of garlic or onion powder first. Some people may or may not like that. You can leave it out. It just depends on how you want to make your Locomoco. So there we go. One thing. That. And my garlic powder, which is probably solidified again. Nope, it didn't. All right. And that's one of the things that we have kind of issues in here. Down here in Hawaii is, especially if you live by the ocean, everything tends to cake pretty heavily. So you want, most of the time you don't want to put like caking agents inside your food. That just makes it shitty. But if you can find some of those, like the kind anti-absorbent or absorbent packets to put it in, it's pretty good. So there we go. And I'm going to put in about a little bit, just about this much breadcrumbs. One more spoon there into the mix, just so that's like my whole layer. And I forgot the salt. So I don't want too much salt, so I'm going to go with half teaspoon over here. So we'll put some salt. Maybe a little bit less. I'm not going to go with a full teaspoon, more about 2/3. Like I said, I don't want to be, super salty. So about 1/3 would be a lot better. Same goes with the pepper. You know, there's a lot of people in my family that can't deal with peppers, so I'm going to go with, and the 1/3, the 1/2 as well. I do love pepper. I love pepper, especially fresh ground pepper. So I'm gonna go with that. So that's done. You know, this is just prep to make it. I got over here the boiling water for the eggs, and with the eggs, you don't want them. It all really depends on how you want it. If you want hard-boiled eggs, you leave them for about 6 minutes. If you want a soft boil, maybe 2 minutes, maybe 1 minute if you really like them. But at about a 1 minute marker, the egg's not. I'll show you. I'll show you too. So we let this thing beat the meat for a bit. That way it gets all the seasonings inside that you really want. I also line the panning in here with Palm Olive, one of the Palm non-stick sprays. Actually, it was butter. Butter spray. Works. You just don't want it sticking too badly. So once that's done, we're going to take taking it, and yeah, it looks pretty good, you know. With ground beef, you kind of want it like a messed up paste. You know, that way when you roll it around the egg, it'll be good. You know, good and sticky. So I'm going to be deep frying this. I'll be showing you. I've got a commercial tabletop deep fryer over here. You know, thanks to Nala Maintenance and Lopes Repairs. They acquired a used one, and we just fixed it and good to go. So let's get on with the eggs. All right, here we go. You know, you want to drop your eggs in boiling water. You don't want, if you want them hard boiled, you set them on for a long time. But if you want to do a true Locomoco style, which has a runny yolk, you want to leave them in for maybe about 2 minutes at very boiling. So you can see right here, it's very boiling. Generally, I would also take a little pin and prick the egg. That way it cooks a little bit better. And it's also easier to get off. Like I dropped a couple in here and they immediately cracked. When you do that, it's not too bad. So I'm going to set the timer right over here. We got a timer. I want at least 2 minutes on the timer. That way, you know, I'm going to test it. You know, take one egg after I've done, you know, to make sure that the whites have, you know, properly hardened and still pretty good in the middle. So I'll get that back. You should keep on the side a bowl of cold water, probably with ice in it. And that way when you drop the eggs into the ice water, it cools down a lot quicker. Crack them, and you know, just make micro cracks all the way around. They put inside there. That way it's a hell of a lot easier to peel once they've cooled down. So I'll be right back. So scratch that. I'm putting the eggs in for about 4 minutes because they were too hard to deal with, way too soft. So about 4 minutes should be fine. 4 or 5 minutes. Maybe not. It may not be as runny as some folks like, but oh well. So Alright, now that we got our meat over here, this is the pot that I'm going to put it in. Things that we need: breadcrumbs. And generally, if you want, if it makes it a little bit harder to put the breadcrumbs on, you can get a egg wash and put it all over the egg. So what you want to do is you want to take a little bit of meat here, roll it into a ball, and make sure that this here is non-stick. So you want to pat it down, roll it. After rolling it, and making sure that we can. So I'm going to take one egg here, and we're going to make it basically a meatball. Now, giant meatball, just rolling into a ball, just like that, just like how you do manapua. So you don't want to make the meat too thick, If you make the meat too thick, it's not gonna cook as well. But some of you might like might like a little bit of pinker meat. So there we go. And now we're gonna put it inside the egg, or not the egg, the bread crumbs. So this is typically how you make Scotch egg. A Scotch egg. It's an egg from London. Here is one. Set that aside. So I've decided to do a little bit of egg wash for 3 of these Locomoco eggs. So just to see how well it may give a more crispier texture. That's usually not what a Locomoco is. But like I said, this is my rendition of Locomoco egg, made from Scotch egg style. So. Roll it around just like that. Roll it around. All good. See, that came out actually pretty good compared to the other ones. These are the ones that I did not do an egg wash on. We'll see how well they hold up together. So these are going to go into the hot deep fryer over here. I set it to 375 degrees. That's good enough for most things, especially if you're deep frying. And you want to leave them in until they're kind of a brownish color. I might not have enough for the last egg. We'll see. There we go. All right, took it all. So I'm gonna wash my hands real quick. So what we're gonna do is, I've got a little bit more meat over here, so I'm probably gonna just make a meatball out of it. So somewhere around here disappeared my dropping pan, or my basket. My basket disappeared. I have this issue where, there it is. So here we go. You take a basket like this, especially if your machine, let me show you. Click right over to the machine. See, commercial deep fryer. See, if your machine doesn't have a basket like mine doesn't, I have the things for the basket, but didn't have a basket, so I used one of these here. So I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna gently drop one in. So I'm gonna cook 3 at a time. Here, 1, 2, 3. So 3 of the egg washed ones right into the deep fryer. And these commercial deep fryers work really well. These countertop ones, they're a bit on the expensive side if you're trying to, buy one. Commercial ones tend to be a lot faster. They cook a lot better. They hold more oil, of course. This is a Wells brand. I'm not too sure where it came from, but I do know that it came from someplace. It wasn't working, so the company that's sponsoring this video, Lowe's Repairs and Always Maintenance, fix it up for the house here. So I love it. I love it. It's one of my most favorite things inside the thing. So there we are. That way I can lift this up ever so often. Oh, and look at it. Be careful you don't drop it inside like I just did. So, and you want to cook them for at least 5 to 6 minutes. You eyeball it and watch them. Watch them. $3.75. You can also bake it. So if you have like a one of those small air fry ovens, like we got an instant one up there. I'll give it a show. Oh, right there. It's also one of my favorite tools. It's actually pretty big. It can set a roast inside, and these are for the more people that are more oil conscious. You want to bake it, so you can put it inside there for about 380 degrees, a little higher than the oil, and you can bake it for about the same amount of minutes. But the oil will cook it a lot faster, I would say. Maybe. These air fryers are known to cook them like super fast, and they can stay at constant heat too. Versus the oil, which drops on, and my light's going on because it's lost a little bit of cooling. Those things, it's probably faster in the air fryer and probably a little bit more healthy, versus oil. Let's see here. Maybe I should take these 3 and put them. Nah, forget it. Next video. All right. So we're back. Now they're finished cooking. So here's the example of the one that wasn't coated. So this may happen to you if the meat is not thick enough. This one was not egg wash coated, while these ones were, and look how well they came out. Ones with the egg without the egg wash tend to break open a lot easier, so you need that binder or more of some kind of other binder if you want to do it without egg wash. So that's how those came out for those. I'm pretty sure they're delicious, but these ones with the egg wash came out really well. This one is actually double fried. Well, basically what I did was I fried them for about 3-4 minutes. I pulled them out. That way the ambient heat that's already in the meat will cook it, and then I put it back in and fried it again, just to get it to its brown texture over here, because you don't want to overcook them. So now all we need is brown gravy and rice. Be right back. So, and now we have the finished product. So, normally I would go with white rice, but I decided to just try some of this rice-a-roni stuff over here. And all you need is just a packet of brown gravy mix. Doesn't matter what kind. McCormick's usually pretty good. I like the best yet. It's a little thicker sometimes. And that's it. A cup of water, and now you just take some brown gravy. Pour it right over. Put some on the rice. Now you can use less water for thicker gravy, or you can let your gravy sit. If it sits about say about 5-10 minutes, it tends to get a lot thicker. So this is straight off the stove. So there you have it. This is my rendition of Scottish or Scotch Egg turned Locomoco style. I'm sure it'll be delicious. I'm gonna try these ones too. They feel a little crunchy. All right, mahalo. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button, and hopefully I'll make another video of more foods from Hawaii.